If we clear out the lines, the most mesmerizing star I recognize is the star that could dumbfound our sky. It is this one. Betelgeuse or Betelgeuse. It's a red, very monstrous star. Furthermore, on the vague possibility that you put it where the Sun is, it would stretch out to the orbit of Jupiter. It's huge, completely unpredictable, and going to explode. It's not as clear as it appears to be in the universe. These giant events, like the most irrationally feared gigantic starbursts, could shake all that we see. In addition, regardless, do whatever it takes not to see its middle. Betelgeuse has been seen as a sign, a red, extremely giant star that is normally more significant than our Sun. Brian Cox and other space specialists think it could go supernova, which has made people frightened about what will occur next. The James Webb Space Telescope is taking shocking photographs of the star, raising the question of when Betelgeuse will turn into a supernova and what titanic impact it will have on Earth. Let's sort out the star in the magnificent body Orion that shines so brilliantly that even individuals from long ago have seen it. The magnificent star Betelgeuse is situated on the eastern shoulder of the constellation Orion. It is the second largest star in the star grouping, and its name comes from this feature: the monster's shoulder. It is potentially one of the most brilliant stars in the night sky. On top of being extremely bright, the star is also an odd shade of red, which, as we will see, suggests trouble. We've had some tremendous experience with Betelgeuse for quite a while. A Greek observer named TMY also focused on it. Around that time, the primary thing people perceived about stars was their color, and TMY said that it was a toadstool-colored orange. In modern times, specialists have been focusing on the star more eagerly, and now they have a brilliant idea of what makes it so curiously bright. One of these qualities is that the star changes brightness a great deal. With a clear magnitude of 0.6, Betelgeuse is a variable star, which means its brightness changes over time. Recently, specialists have found some new information about the star. In 2019, they first saw that Betelgeuse was acting unconventionally. Even though Betelgeuse didn't completely stop shining, it wasn't the same. It had become considerably less bright, shining at a level of 1.6. Specialists quickly began to investigate why they were seeing the 10th most brilliant star behave in this capricious manner. Researchers offered an astounding explanation in light of their research, which uncovered unusual signs from the star. According to their discoveries, Betelgeuse could go supernova at any moment. Brian Cox, a famous scientist, shared this surprisingly dangerous explanation. As a distinguished professor of particle physics at the University of Manchester School of Physics and Cosmology, you shouldn't dismiss his point of view as a joke. He also has a science show, writes popular science books, and is the Royal Society Professor for Public Engagement with Science. Brian Cox says that Betelgeuse is by all appearances a ticking time bomb because it could go off without warning. To investigate further, the James Webb Space Telescope has shown an epic amount of evidence to back up this explanation. But what whimsical signs has Betelgeuse displayed that have caused so much concern in space science? With the new information about Betelgeuse, the star has been named a supernova candidate. Despite the fact that analysts are still unsure when it will explode, the classification is largely due to Betelgeuse being twice the mass of the Sun. A star, as it said, ought to be several times the mass of the Sun to be known as a supernova. Things get even more interesting because analysts have used different instruments to research Betelgeuse, such as the James Webb Space Telescope, JWST, and the Laser Interferometer Gravitational Wave Observatory, LIGO, to observe space activity around the star. What they found remains mysterious. Betelgeuse was born long ago, with its life beginning approximately 8 to 10 million years ago, a short lifespan compared to smaller stars like the Sun. Over time, it has offered odd hints about its uncertain future. Researchers have detected curious light waves and irregular dimming cycles from Betelgeuse. These fluctuations are significant because they suggest the star is undergoing rapid changes. One key observation occurred in 2019 during what is now referred to as the Great Dimming. The star darkened to an unprecedented degree, reaching a brightness level of 1.6 magnitude, its lowest ever recorded. This event caused widespread speculation that Betelgeuse might soon go supernova. Analysts concluded that a massive ejection of material from the star's surface created a dust cloud that temporarily obscured its light. This mass ejection was estimated to be about 400 times larger than a typical coronal mass ejection from the Sun. The aftermath of the Great Dimming. Following this darkening, Betelgeuse's brightness unexpectedly increased. By 2021, it had become 150% brighter than its normal state, making it the seventh brightest star in the sky. This dramatic change puzzled scientists and led to even more speculation about the star's impending demise. Astrophysicist Andrea Dupree from the Harvard-Smithsonian Center for Astrophysics noted that the star's recent behavior indicates significant instability. The JWST has been instrumental in uncovering more details observing Betelgeuse in wavelengths our eyes cannot detect, such as infrared and ultraviolet light. These observations have revealed fascinating phenomena such as dust clouds on the star's surface resembling leaves in space, further supporting the idea that the star is in its final stages. What makes Betelgeuse unique? Betelgeuse is a red supergiant, a type of star nearing the end of its life. Its red glow is caused by a surface temperature of around 3,500 Kelvin, much cooler than the Sun's 5,500 Kelvin. However, its sheer size more than compensates for its lower temperature. If placed at the center of our solar system, Betelgeuse would extend beyond the orbit of Jupiter, enveloping all the inner planets, including Earth. This immense size and mass mean that Betelgeuse has been consuming fuel at an extraordinary rate. As its core collapses under the force of gravity, the outer layers expand and cool, creating an unstable environment prone to dramatic fluctuations in brightness. These characteristics make it a prime candidate for a supernova. The road to a supernova. Supernovae are rare, and witnessing one in our galaxy would be an extraordinary event. The last observed supernova visible from Earth occurred in 1604, documented by Johannes Kepler. If Betelgeuse explodes, it will be an awe-inspiring spectacle, briefly outshining the entire galaxy and appearing as bright as the full moon in the night sky. Fortunately, Betelgeuse is located more than 600 light-years away, far enough that its explosion would not pose a direct threat to Earth. However, it would offer scientists an unparalleled opportunity to study the life cycle of massive stars and the mechanics of supernovae. Despite the ongoing observations, scientists remain uncertain about when Betelgeuse will explode. Some suggest it could happen within the next few years, while others believe it might still be thousands of years away. What is clear is that Betelgeuse is nearing the end of its life, and its erratic behavior serves as a cosmic countdown. Why Betelgeuse matters. Betelgeuse's eventual supernova will not just be a visual marvel but also a scientific milestone. When it explodes, it will release a massive amount of energy and eject heavy elements into space, enriching the interstellar medium. These elements, like carbon, oxygen, and iron, are essential for forming new stars, planets, and even life itself. The death of Betelgeuse will remind us of the cyclical nature of the universe. Stars like Betelgeuse play a crucial role in the evolution of galaxies, acting as cosmic engines that drive the creation of new celestial bodies. Conclusion. Betelgeuse is not just a star. It's a symbol of the universe's dynamic and ever-changing nature. Its impending supernova will be a transformative event, both scientifically and culturally, reshaping our understanding of the cosmos. As scientists continue to monitor this red giant, we remain on the edge of discovery, waiting to witness one of the most extraordinary events in the universe: Betelgeuse's transformation into a brilliant supernova. Until then, it stands as a beacon of cosmic wonder, a reminder of the vastness and complexity of the universe we call home. The science behind Betelgeuse's behavior. The unusual behavior of Betelgeuse has sparked countless theories and studies. Some scientists believe the irregular dimming and brightening cycles are due to massive convective cells on the star's surface. These cells, similar to those on the Sun but much larger, can rise and fall, causing significant fluctuations in brightness. Additionally, the great dimming of 2019 might have been caused by a combination of two factors. Massive material ejection. Betelgeuse expelled an immense amount of material from its outer layers, which cooled and condensed into dust clouds that obscured its light. Surface changes. The star itself underwent temporary cooling in certain regions, further contributing to its diminished brightness. Such phenomena are common in massive stars nearing the end of their life, as their internal dynamics become increasingly chaotic. What triggers a supernova? To understand why Betelgeuse might explode, we must explore the mechanism behind supernovae. In massive stars, nuclear fusion in the core creates energy that counteracts the force of gravity. This delicate balance keeps the star stable. However, as the star exhausts, its fuel fusion slows and the core collapses under its own gravity. This collapse triggers a violent explosion, a supernova. In the case of Betelgeuse, its immense size and mass mean that its core is likely composed of iron. Unlike lighter elements, iron cannot undergo fusion to produce energy. When the core reaches a critical mass, it collapses almost instantaneously, resulting in a shockwave that tears the star apart. The outer layers are ejected into space, leaving behind either a neutron star or, in some cases, a black hole. The impact of Betelgeuse's supernova on Earth. Although Betelgeuse is relatively close to Earth in astronomical terms, approximately 600 light-years away, its supernova would not pose a direct threat to life on our planet. The explosion would emit intense radiation, including gamma rays, but at this distance the effects on Earth would be minimal. What we would experience instead is a spectacular celestial display. The supernova would appear as a bright point of light in the night sky, rivaling or even surpassing the brightness of the full moon. This light show could last for weeks or months, gradually fading as the ejected material disperses into space. A historic opportunity for science. If Betelgeuse were to go supernova within our lifetime, it would be the first event of its kind observed with modern technology. Instruments like the James Webb Space Telescope, JWST, Hubble Space Telescope, and Earth-based observatories would provide an unprecedented view of the explosion. Scientists would be able to study the physics of the explosion, understanding the mechanics of a core collapse supernova, element creation, observing the production of heavy elements like gold, silver, and uranium during the explosion, neutron star or black hole formation, determining what remains after the supernova. Such data would significantly enhance our understanding of stellar evolution and the role of massive stars in the cosmos. Betelgeuse in mythology and culture. Betelgeuse has fascinated humanity for centuries, not just as a celestial object, but as a cultural icon. The star's position in the constellation Orion has made it a prominent feature in myths and stories across various civilizations. Greek mythology. In ancient Greece, Orion was a mighty hunter and Betelgeuse marked his shoulder. Egyptian astronomy. Betelgeuse may have been associated with the god Osiris, representing resurrection and eternal life. Modern pop culture. The star's name, often spelled Betelgeuse, has even inspired movies and literature, cementing its place in popular imagination. When Betelgeuse finally explodes, it will undoubtedly become a cultural phenomenon, capturing the attention of people worldwide. Preparing for the supernova. Although we cannot predict exactly when Betelgeuse will go supernova, astronomers are ready to act. Advanced monitoring systems are in place to detect early warning signs such as neutrino emissions or gravitational waves, which would indicate the star's core is collapsing. Once the explosion occurs, observatories around the world will coordinate to capture as much data as possible. Amateur astronomers and the general public will also have an opportunity to witness the event, marking a rare moment of unity in the appreciation of the universe's wonders. The legacy of Betelgeuse. Regardless of when it happens, Betelgeuse's supernova will leave a lasting legacy. The explosion will enrich the surrounding interstellar medium with heavy elements, seeding the formation of new stars and planets. Over millions of years, the remnants of Betelgeuse will contribute to the creation of new solar systems, continuing the cycle of stellar evolution. For humanity, the event will serve as a reminder of our place in the cosmos. It will highlight the interconnectedness of all matter, as the elements that make up our world and even our bodies were forged in the hearts of dying stars like Betelgeuse.